to session 9 of module 2. Okay, similar. So now in the last class, we had studied we have taken distance as a measure and calculated three things. One is Manhattan distance or Hamming distance, and then Euclidean distance, and then supremum distance, right? Now, all these three measures, I consider them as measures. All these three measures are said to be metric measure. When I say dissimilarity, when I consider the proximity dissimilarity, in dissimilarity, we are having two kinds of measure. One is metric measure and another one is non-metric measure. So now the last class, whatever we have studied, the three measures that we have studied, L1, L2 and L infinity, they are said to be metric measure. Why it is so? Why they are called as metric measure? What is the reason behind that is, the simple reason is metric measure is nothing but those measure that satisfy all the property of the distance measure. When I say all the property of distance measure, if you remember in the last class, I've told you about three properties of distance measure. The three properties are what? Positivity and the symmetry and then triangular inequality, correct? So these are the three properties that we talked with respect to distance measure. So any measure, any measurement, any measure, if it is satisfying these three properties, that is positivity, symmetry and triangular inequality, then such measure is said to be metric measure. Those measure which satisfy three properties of distance measure are said to be metric measure. So since our L1, L2 as well as L infinity was satisfying those three properties, they are considered to be as a metric measure. Now, what is non-metric measure? When I say non-metric measure, a measure in which at least one of these properties is not satisfied. Among the three properties what we have, if any one, at least any one of them is not satisfied, then such measurement we can call it as non-metric measurement or non-metric measure. So now what is there any example? So we'll see in this section, we are going to study about two non-metric measures. One is set difference and the other one is time. Set difference and time are the non-metric measure that we are going to consider. So you have understood what is metric measure and non-metric measure, right? Metric measure are those measures which satisfies all the properties of distance measures, all the properties in all cases. Whereas non-metric measure is that measure which does not satisfy at least one of the properties said before, right? So we have set difference and time as the uh, two non-metric measures. First, we'll consider set difference. So this set difference is what you've already studied in your DMS. If you remember, uh, when you have two sets A and B, difference of them is called as set difference, right? Difference between two sets given is a set difference or difference of set. So here, in case of set difference, the metric that I'm going to consider to measure the proximity is cardinality of the set difference. Set difference is the concept that we have considered as our non-metric measure. But to find the proximity, what is that we are going to consider is cardinality of this set difference. When I say cardinality, what is cardinality? It is nothing but the number of elements present. So first, say consider I have two sets given to me. I'll find the set difference of of that set of those two sets, and I will see what is the number of elements that is present in that. So that is what is cardinality here I am referring to. So now, if you want to see the definition of what is the set difference, say we have two sets A and B, then the set difference is denoted by A minus B, or it can be even B minus A. So right, A minus B or B minus A is nothing but the set difference. So here when I say A minus B, for all the element X, where A minus B is those element X which belongs to set A but does not belongs to set B, which means what I'm doing here is from set A, I'm going to remove elements of set B. From set A, I'm going to remove elements of set B. So the remaining elements will be considered as A minus. So what if in this case of B minus A? In case of B minus A, so it is those element which belongs to B but does not belongs to A, which means what we are going to do, we are going to remove from set B those elements which belongs to set A. From set B, we are going to remove those elements that are present in set A. So the remaining elements will be B minus A. So we'll take an example to understand this better. Uh, Let this be the two sets given to me, A and B. So if I have, can you please tell me the answer for A minus B in this case? This is the two sets given. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, and B is 2, 3, 4. So can anyone tell me the answer for A minus B? What will be A minus B? A minus B. A minus B is 1, right? What will be B minus A? What will be B minus A? Null set. Yes, null set. Correct. B minus A is null set. So this is what is the set difference we are having. So what I've done in case of A minus B in this case. So in this case, what I've done is, so these are the elements which belonging to set B. So from set A, I'm going to remove them. So what is remaining? 1 is remaining. So that is what is this, right? So that is how it is. Next for B minus A, what I'm going to do from this set, from set B, I'm going to remove all those elements which is present in A. So 2 is present, remove that. 3 is present, remove that. 4 is present, remove that. So what is left? Nothing is left, correct? So that is null set. So hope you have understood the simple concept. Now this is not as the importance for us. What we require here is we have to find the cardinality, correct? We have to find the cardinality. So when I say cardinality for n minus A minus B, what is the cardinality? It is 1 because I am having only one element. And for B minus A, what is the cardinality? 0 because it is a null set, it is 0. So now see, just check this. Here, n of A minus B, that is cardinality of A minus B, is not equal to cardinality of B minus A, which is nothing but the symmetric property. So according to the symmetry, if you have seen in the last class what we have taken, distance of x minus x comma y should be equal to distance of y comma x, correct? Distance of x comma y should be equal to distance of y comma x. That is what is symmetric property. Here, since I've considered cardinality, I will be taking cardinality into account, correct? So in that case, I have to check that whether the cardinality is present or not. So here cardinality n A minus B is not equal to cardinality of B minus A, and hence symmetric property is violated. Therefore, it is a non-metric measure. As I told earlier, what is non-metric measure? Those measurement in which at least one of the property is not satisfied. Here, the property of symmetry is not satisfied. Hence, I'm going to consider set difference as a non-metric measure. Clear? So now we'll consider time. So what is this time? Here in case of time, consider that measure of distance between the times of the day is defined as, say, consider this is the definition we are having. So distance between two times that is given, T1 and T2, it will be equal to T2 minus T1 if T1 is less than or equal to T2. It will be equal to 24 plus T2 minus T1 if T1 is greater than T2. This is the definition for the time we are having. So to find distance between any two times, this is the definition that I'm going to consider. This is a recursive definition that I'm going to consider, right? So now let us take an example. Say, suppose consider I have to find the distance between 2 p.m. and 1 p.m. What is the difference that we have? What is the time difference that we have between 2 p.m. and 1 p.m.? So consider the definition. So when I see this definition here, which condition is getting satisfied? So here T1 is greater than T2, correct? T1 is greater than T2 because this is 2 p.m. This is 2 p.m. is T1, 1 p.m. is T2 for me, correct? So here T1 is greater than T2. Therefore, what is the formula that I'm going to apply? I'm going to apply 24 plus T2 minus T1, correct? So what will be the answer? I'll get 23. So there is a time difference of 23 hours between 2 p.m. and 1 p.m. 2 p.m. and 1 p.m. So this is the measurement of time that we are considering. But now for me, what is it importance? I will see whether d of 1 comma 2, that is 1 p.m. comma 2 p.m. is also same or not. So for that, now I'll consider these two and check whether the symmetry is satisfied or not, right? So here, when I the same definition I'll consider. So when I take 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., which is that condition getting satisfied? This one, that is T1, 1 p.m. 1 is less than 2 here. So 1 is less than 2. Therefore, this is the formula that I'm going to apply. That is, I'll do 2 minus 1, which is nothing but 1 hour. So here the distance is only 1 hour, 1 hour difference we are having. But for 2 p.m. and 1 p.m., we are having 23 hours, which means here d of 1 comma 2 is not equal to d of 2 comma 1. Again, symmetry is violated. Therefore, time is also a non-metric measure. Therefore, time is also a non-metric measure. Hope you have understood how time is also a non-metric measure, right? So I'm considered based on this recursive definition, we are calculating the distance between two times, or the difference in instead of telling it as distance, let me consider it as a difference between the two time interval. In this case is 1 hour, and here in this case it is 23 hours, which means they are not equal. Therefore, symmetry is violated, and hence we consider time as also a non-metric measure. So now hope you have understood what is the difference between metric measure and non-metric measure. So metric measure are those measures which satisfy all the three properties of distance measure. The three properties that we have are, first property is positivity, second property is symmetry, third property is triangle inequality. Clear? Non-metric measure is that measure in which at least one of them will be violated. Correct? So for metric measure, so far we have studied three metric measures. One is L1, which is nothing but Hamming distance or Manhattan distance. L2, which is nothing but Euclidean distance. L infinity, which is nothing but supremum distance. And non-metric measure that we have studied is set difference and time. In case of set difference, I'm going to consider the cardinality, and in case of time, I'm going to consider the difference between the time. Is that clear? So this is what is your dissimilarity measure. So thank you, students. If you have any doubts or queries or for feedback, you can write back to me. Thank you.